Today's game is brought to you in HD by EA Sports and Madden NFL 11. Reliance Stadium in Houston, Texas. I'm Gus Johnson, along with Chris Collinsworth. An exhibition contest coming up between the Texans and the Ravens. Who do you see as the key players for this matchup, Chris?
Well, Gus, I've got my eyes on the two quarterbacks in this one. I had a chance to talk to both of these guys, obviously guys that have experience in this situation. They've been here before, and yet it's always so interesting. You can see a different look in their eyes when they're warming up. You know that they know the significance of these matchups, and it just adds another level of excitement to the football game. When you're talking about this kind of talent on the field, this should be a really good one. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Let's get it going.
Interesting, Chris. Great storyline here today, and we'll follow that storyline as this game moves on. He brings it back to the 23. Here's a pitch, left side.
And you can see the running back there just saying, where are my guys? Where's my blocking? What's going on out here? Just need a little help from your friends.
Has a man short to his left. He's brought down at the 30.
Yeah, really not much a defense can do when you get a guy that can throw the football like that. You know, you get yourselves in position defensively, you think you're in the right spot, you're going to make a play, and a guy makes a throw like that, and you go, hey, that's a good throw.
And he breaks it for a big gain and the first down.
Boy, that's a killer on third down to allow that kind of run to be ripped off in there. You're thinking, okay, if they want to throw the ball, take a chance on getting a big play, that's fine. But to see a run go for that kind of a gainer, that makes you sick.
Quan Bolden was the intended receiver on the play.
Good pressure that time, and they forced a bad throw. Not much he could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
The pass is away. Running down the sideline. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens use 5 plays to go about 75 yards before getting it into the end zone for 6.
Derek Mason has so much ability, and he's well utilized really in this offense. He's a hard receiver to cover, and there's really a certain toughness about him. He's going to fight you for position and for the ball.
Cundiff tacks on the extra point. Baltimore up 7 points. Let's take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon, the official wireless service sponsor of the NFL. Cundiff gets ready to kick it away. Davis is deep, looking to return the kickoff. He gets out to about the 22-yard line. Short throw to the right. They can't complete the pass, and now the offense will be looking at second down. Lewis tackles him for a loss at the 22-yard line. Third down and 10 coming up here. And the ball is on the 21. Passes it downfield. Anderson takes a shot. Good defense.
Boy, that was a big hit. I'm not surprised at all he couldn't hold on to that one.
So, it's fourth down, and the punt unit onto the field to kick it away. Takes this one back to midfield. They'll take over at midfield. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. And he's tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Second down. They're looking at second down and 6. Moves to his right.
When you get that kind of pressure, a lot of times the play will result in something worse than just an incompletion.
And looking at a 3rd and 6 right here. Ball on the 46-yard line. He's dropped, and that's a huge sack. Fourth down. The Ravens ready to punt this one away. He makes it to the 22. The defense could do no wrong the last time this team had the ball. They keep it on the ground with the tailback.
The defense did a nice job there jamming the running back, bringing the outside linebacker on a blitz. Sometimes those outside backers a little more athletic and can really help stop the run.
Gives it off. He's dropped down at the 28-yard line. So it's third down. The offense will need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Opts for a short throw. He's wrestled down at the 39-yard line. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
And that's a pattern that this team likes to run. You know they've been studying that all week on film, and yet they still can't stop it.
Inside handoff. Lewis was there for the stop. Nice gain of about 7. That'll bring up second down. They'll need about 3 yards here on second down. Dumps it out left. Anderson was his intended target. The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on third down. He throws downfield. And the tackle was made by Ed Reed.
It really is so much the key to football. You talk all the time about you have to establish the run. Well, there you see why. You establish the run, and then you come with the play-action pass. Just so hard to defend.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball on the 36. On the ground, right side.
And as a quarterback, you have to start to recognize that. You just can't allow that safety to keep sniffing around that 8th man in the box and not throw the football. Essentially, they're daring this offense to throw it, and they're not taking advantage.
He gets off the throw.
The Texans are putting together a good-looking drive here. That's their 3rd first down.
Gains his way to the 16-yard line. And 2 yards away here on second down. Short throw to the left. Defense pushes him out of bounds at the 3.
And that's good quarterback play. He recognized the blitz. He understood what was happening with the coverage behind it and found the open man.
Inside handoff.
And that was a run blitz on that play. They brought the middle linebacker effectively, filling all the gaps, and there was simply nowhere for the running back to go.
Hands it off.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
The offense is down by 7, so this is a very big 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. He tipped the ball away. The natural, Andre Johnson, was the intended receiver. Fourth down. And this one pretty much a chip shot, about 20 yards out. It's up and it's good. Houston will kick it deep. Carr is back to receive the kick. Taken from the 3-yard line. He returns to the 26. The offense takes the field, hoping to put something together after their last drive ended in a 3-and-out. Still a lot of time left, but at the end of one, the score is 7-3. Has a man short to his left. Looks like about a loss of 3 on that one.
That play was really all about defensive pursuit. They saw the ball thrown. They got there quickly for a loss on the play.
They line up at the 27. Surveys the field. The pass is broken up. What a play. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And those are the kind of big 3rd down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
So, it's 4th down. The Ravens are lining up to punt it away. He's hit and dropped at the 33.
The Texans don't want to settle for 3 again. They're looking to add a touchdown this time.
Here's the throw.
Matt Schaub, a long-time backup, now proving he can get the job done as a starter.
They line up at the 48. Here's the give.
Well, that's what happens when defensively you get every gap covered. There is simply nowhere to go with the football. No chance for the running back that time.
He lets it go.
And that would have been a spectacular catch if he'd been able to come up with that one. Just thrown a little bit too far outside.
He's going deep with it. Misses the receiver, and it's incomplete. Andre Johnson was the intended receiver on the play. Fourth down. The Texans are lining up to punt it away. He gets out to about the 22-yard line. Hit hard as he throws. Not much on that play. So that will make it second down. It's second down and 9 to go. The pigskin is on the 23-yard line. They go with the run. They pick up a chunk of about 6 yards. And now it's third down. They got 3 yards to pick up here on third down. Flacco with the toss. Hammered in the backfield. The coaches have to be disappointed with that effort.
Yeah, their poor defense didn't even have time to go over and get a glass of water. All of a sudden, the punter's back on the field, and the defense has to go play again.
So, it's fourth down. The Ravens are lining up to punt this one away. He makes it out to the 45-yard line. The offense will take over at the 45. And we'll have a first down and 10. Good coverage downfield. Hauls it in. The stop was made by the ball hawk, Ed Reed. So it's now first and 10 after the big pass play. Still looking for an open man. Huge play for the Texans, and it's first and goal. First down, goal to goal. They'll give it off here. Touchdown, Texans.
Well, there certainly was no mystery to that play. Just power offense against power defense, and the offense won the battle there.
Trying to go up by 3, they'll kick the extra point. And he adds the point after. Houston is up by 3 points. And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon. Brown gets ready to kick it away. Camps under it. He will start from his own 5. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive. Searching for an open man. Darryl Sharpton was there to bring him down. Derek Mason makes his 3rd grab. Gives it left side.
And so many times you hear offensive coordinators criticized because they don't try to run the football enough. But when you get stuffed in the backfield like that, you understand why they would rather call the pass play.
Up the middle.
And if you can make a running back hesitate just a little, that time you could see there really was no hole, and the running back was just fishing for a place to go.
Checks down to the short pass.
Yeah, the defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and they paid a price. He got it out of there, picked up a nice gain.
Flips it out short to his left. They can't complete the pass, and now the offense will be looking at 2nd down. They line up at the 48. They might have mistimed the snap on that.
Start, offense. Repeat.
Well, that's more than a little humiliating for an offensive lineman. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to hide after one of those. And, yeah, they know national television is going to be talking about them as well. Joe Flacco is not the most accurate passer in the league. He lets balls get away from him sometimes, and occasionally they're fairly easy completions.
They're going deep. And he drops the short pick. And it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
Well, at the end of the game, you go back and you basically say what happened on 3rd down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
Fourth down. The Ravens ready to punt this one away. And the ball is down at the 4-yard line.
The Texans will take over on offense now, looking to control the clock a little bit and keep the other offense on the sidelines. Now that they have a lead, they'll look to try and maintain and control it.
And And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. Second down coming up. So they line up at the 4. Inside handoff.
And that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes, and that time there were no holes, really, and he was lucky to get anything on the play.
Give to the tailback.
Great play by the defense. You always hear coaches talking about whoever gets lower. Get your pad level lower than the offensive lineman. That time this defensive line did exactly that.
Carr takes it at the 43. And now it's time to take a look at this game's top performers, brought to you by Gatorade. Deep pass, end zone. Mark Clayton was his intended target. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Goes through his progression.
That was a very good effort by the Texans.
Barely gets it off. And Quan Bolden was the intended receiver.
Well, the defense didn't get the sack, but they got the next best thing, and that was a bad throw.
The Ravens line up to punt. Jones will be the return man. The ball goes into the end zone. Touchback. He'll take over at the 20. Looks to throw it. Picked off. He's tackled at the 37.
You know, this DB is one of those guys that every time I watch him on tape, I'm always surprised he doesn't have more interceptions because he's so quick with his feet and gets in great position.
Gets the pass off. Mark Clayton was the intended receiver on the play. It's 3rd down and 13. Ball on the 40. Short pass to his left. The Ravens just took their first time out. Flacco hands it off straight ahead. The Ravens will take their second time out of the half. They line it up at the 22. Deep throw, end zone.
Excellent pressure that time, and instead of just going down or trying to throw that ball out of there, he took a shot, and very lucky that that one fell incomplete.
Deep pass. He wants the end zone. Anquan Bolden was his intended target. It's fourth down. And the kick team on to try this one from 39. And with that, the score is the Ravens 10, the Texans 10. Let's take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. Cundiff looks ready to kick it away. And it's fielded at the 4. He's stopped at the 24-yard line. They hand it off.
The Texans are simply getting stuffed on nearly every rushing attempt. They need to get a spark somehow because this just does not bode well for them.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
Here's the fullback. He's dropped down at the 31. So they'll go into the locker room with the score even. Houston will get the ball to begin the second half. And he gets the ball at the 5. He makes it back to the 25. The Texans will set up shop at the 25. Here's the pass. It is an incomplete pass. That incompletion will bring up second down.
If we don't make a play, we are not going to win.
And from their own 25-yard line. Up the middle. Makes a cut, and he will be hit and dropped. He gets off the throw. Leach was the intended receiver. It's 4th down. The Texans ready to punt this one away. He's brought down at the 34-yard line.
That was really a good effort. There wasn't a ton of room for him to run, but he was able to get up the field, get a few yards. You never get upset with a punt return guy like that. It wasn't spectacular, but he got the job done.
Brings up 2nd down and 6 yards to go. Hands it to the back. He gets to about the 47-yard line. He's brought down at the 49-yard line. That's a 2-yard gain.
As a quarterback, you really want to make that pre-snap read, and it's kind of hard to not see the middle linebacker. He came on the blitz that time, and sometimes you just need to get out of a play like that. Willis McGahee really has a special sense of how a play is developing, and he knows the blocking assignments of those guys up front. You can just see it. He is very patient. He waits for it to develop and then takes full advantage.
Flacco will hand it off. He's wrestled down at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 3.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain. Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
They line up at the 37. Up the middle. Pushing forward. Too close to call. Here comes the chain game.
Play smart, baby.
Yes, he got there. 1st down. Now we have a 1st down and 10 to go. He's going to throw it. And Quan Bolden was the intended receiver on the play. They line up at the 29. And he's tackled at the 29-yard line. That brings up another third down attempt. Looking for a man. They get him down, but the Ravens will have a first and goal.
Oh, heck yeah.
Flacco with the give. 7 yards. That brings up second down. That brings up second down and goal. 1 yard to the goal line. Someone jumped early down there.
Well, that's more than a little humiliating for an offensive lineman. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to hide after one of those. And, yeah, they know national television is going to be talking about them as well.
When you talk about guys who can make people miss, his name is right at the top of that list. Really incredible elusiveness, especially in tight spaces.
Cundiff tacks on the extra point. Baltimore is up a score. Let's take a look at the drive summary, which is presented by Verizon. Cundiff will kick it deep. Davis from the 1 yard line. They catch him at the 19. They couldn't do anything against this defense on their last drive, and they were forced to punt it away. Under heavy pressure.
Really good work by the Ravens.
Now in a second and long following the sack. Gives it up the gut. And he makes it out to about the 14-yard line. That'll bring up third down and 15. And the rock sits on the 14. Good coverage downfield. He's going to pass. And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
It's fourth down. The Texans lining up to punt. Fields the punt, and it's fumbled. That's our first turnover of the game. Here's the give. They pick up 2 yards. Second down. The give to the tailback. Gets about 4 on the play. And so it will be 3rd down. Third down and about 4 yards to go. Ball on the 46. He passes it. Not able to make the catch in traffic. It's 4th down. The Ravens ready to punt this one away. And they down it at the 2. The offense takes the field, and we'll see if they can put something together after their last drive ended with a 3 and out.
The defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
Up the middle. He's tackled at the 10. A 7-yard play. That brings up 3rd down. Third down now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert for a 1st down. Gets it away. And the pass falls incomplete. And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. The score is 17-10. The Texans begin this final quarter with possession of the football, down by a touchdown. Brings this one back to the 37. The Ravens will begin this drive at the 37. Handoff up the middle. He's dropped down at the 35. Not much, maybe 2 yards on the carry. That brings up 2nd down. Second down, 8 yards to go. Ball on the 35-yard line. They give it off here.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
Dumps it out left. And Quan Bolden was his intended target. They call on the kicker for the long field goal. This will be a 52-yarder. The kick hits the crossbar. No good. They'll start at the 42. He's searching for a receiver. He knocks it away at the last second. The natural, Andre Johnson, was the intended receiver. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 42. It's the tailback.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want. But ultimately, this game comes down to one big man against another big man. And that time, the defense's big men, they won the battle.
It's 4th and long now after the sack. Carr takes it at the 25. And they come back onto the field, still up a score.
Well, it's definitely late in the game, but I still expect them to come out and try and move the football down the field. I always thought as an offensive player, it's much easier to seal the deal on the offensive side than to have to be on the sideline and watch your defense.
Let's get that swagger, y'all. Let's get that swagger.
Again with the run.
Very effective call that time by the defensive coordinator, bringing the outside linebacker a terrific way to give your defense some help in stopping the run.
Looks left. Here's a short pass.
His receiver was really pretty well covered that time, but a good throw got the job done.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 44-yard line. Feeds it to the back.
Yeah, great defense at the point of attack, but also very impressive the pursuit to the ball. They were all coming there.
Now they've got a 2nd and 13 coming up. Tosses it out. He's wrestled down at the 41-yard line. That brings up 3rd and 13. Ball's on the 41. Oh, he's off. They'll be short. Bennett with the takedown again. That's his 5th tackle of the game. It's 4th down. The Ravens lining up to punt. And they down it at the 3. Just an excellent punt there, Chris. They've really put them in a tough situation.
Well, you can say that again. Now they're going to have to go the length of the field to give themselves a chance to get back in this one. And what we've seen so far out of this offense, that's going to be a tall order.
Moves to his right. Comes down with it. Johnson makes it 5 catches for the game. Searching for an open man. Has a man to his right. Little flip. Matt Schaub is patiently getting the ball down the field. They were backed up deep to start the drive. First down, 10 to go. Handoff up the middle. And he's tackled at the 47-yard line. I am a little surprised with that call.
No, at this point in the game, when you know that not only is the defense working against you, but so is the clock, a run call here probably is not a very good idea.
False start, offense. Repeat, second down.
Even the slightest twitch by an offensive lineman will draw a flag. You know, defensive guys really have a bit of an advantage. As long as they don't cross the line of scrimmage, they can jump and flinch and try and get that offensive line to react.
The PAT is up and good. Just over 2 minutes to go in the game. The score is all tied at 17. Let's take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. Brown looks ready to kick it away. He makes it to the 23-yard line. They'll start this drive at the 23. They run a counter. There's a battle for it. Baltimore is able to fall on it.
Huge effort to maintain possession of the ball. When you're mixing it up at the bottom of one of those piles of big bodies and clawing and scratching, it's tough.
Second down, 4 yards to go. 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. It's a pass. Deflected and broken up. Anquan Bolden was the intended receiver on the play. 3rd down and 4 yards. Flacco gives it up the middle.
Misdirection plays really frustrate a free-flowing defense like this football team. They want to be so aggressive getting to the ball that sometimes they run themselves right out of a play.
Do your thing.
Under heavy pressure. Gets it off, and he takes a hit.
Just missed that time, bringing him down for a sack, but great pressure to force an incompletion.
He's going deep. Mark Clayton was his intended target.
You bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
So, it's 4th down. The Ravens lining up to punt. Returns the punt from the 16. Not a lot of time left up in this one, and we're still tied up.
They still have some time to try and move the ball into position for a game-winning score. Of course, you can't make the big mistake here either, so now you find out what kind of faith your coach has in your quarterback. Does he believe, with the game on the line, that he can get it done?
It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. The Rock on the 16-yard line. He needs to get rid of it.
You know, quarterbacks get paid big bucks to put points on the board, make big plays. Well, defensive ends get paid big bucks to keep those quarterbacks from doing it. That time the defensive end got it done.
The offense calls a timeout.
Back at their own 12-yard line. They hand it off. He's tackled at the 19. It's 4th down. The Texans ready to punt this one away. On the return, he fumbles it. Houston will maintain possession.
Hey, that's a little sacrificing of your body there. Certainly not the biggest guy in the field, but you could tell he wanted that ball.
They'll go to work at the 46-yard line. Flips out short. He's dropped down at the 36-yard line. The defense just didn't match up well on that play.
Yeah, tough to match up one-on-one in man coverage against that wide receiver. He's pretty good.
Run play, left side.
Well, that time the outside linebacker came on the run blitz. They got some penetration and shut down the play.
It's now 2nd and 9. Ball on the 35. Brought down behind the line.
You know, listen, I would never want to block a defensive lineman. So, I've seen these guys. I know these guys. They're big and they're nasty. But at least from an offensive standpoint, you have to try to get in their way.
He makes it out to about the 34-yard line. And here we go. The kicker has a chance to be a hero. The kick is good. He's got ice water running through his veins. The Texans win the game. It's over. That's going to do it from Reliance Stadium. Stay right there for top plays and stats. Here's today's swagger player of the game, presented by Old Spice Deodorant. One player rose above the rest today. Here's the Doritos Crunch Time play of the game.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports and Madden NFL 11.